What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Johnny K Picks. And in this video, I'll be going over my full card picks and predictions, along with the bets that I'm looking at so far for UFC 299 O'Malley versus Chito Vera 2. Now, first things first, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, or if you just haven't yet, turn on the notifications so you know when my videos come out, when we do our live shows throughout the week. Leave some comments below how you did at UFC Vegas 87. Leave some comments below on your favorite fights this week. There's a ton of great fights. I'm looking forward to this card. This could be the card of the year. Let's put it that way. And also check out my Patreon up there, patreon.com/JohnnyKpicks. I put out all my early bets. I put out my early picks. I do some soccer bets here and there, NBA, NFL. Also do the time prop cheat sheets for everybody. Also do my betting cheat sheets for everybody too. So again, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I always put out my time prop bet of the week, usually on Fridays. I use the time prop cheat sheets to do that. So $5.99 a month, I think that's more than okay. Just the right there, that pays for the month right there, just winning that time prop. We're 6-1 on the year with that time prop parlay. So we're killing it that way, looking to make it 7-1 this week. But yeah, let's go right into last night's UFC Vegas 87. Let me pull this up real quick. Fun card. So the first fight was Razabov versus Al-Sawadi. Al-Sawadi looked like he was doing some good work until the third round hit, and then Razabov hit that crazy right hand and knocked him out. So good win from him. I had him as an underdog pick. I had him as an underdog bet at plus 150, and that hit for me. That was one of the bright spots, if you want to say. Klein versus Cunningham. Klein domination. Cunningham should not have been in this fight, but he had to take it short notice, so I totally get it. But Klein did what he needed to do. Duncan versus Ribeiro. Duncan looked very good. Ribeiro looked like he was a deer in headlights for most of that fight. Didn't throw any punches, just covered up the whole time, and Duncan was teeing off on him. Got a takedown, got the ground and pound knockout, and he looked pretty good there. Interesting fight here. Zahabi versus Basharat. Very close fight. Basharat looked good in the first. Zahabi looked better as the fight went on. A little surprised that it was unanimous. I thought it was that close to be a split, but I'm not shocked or mad that Zahabi won because it was that close of a fight. Basharat, I mean, he just he let that one go, let's put it that way, and he kind of ruined, I'm sure, a lot of people's parlays, and including one of mine. But hey, not mad about it. Crazy fight here. Awesome fight. Oliveira versus Sopai. Sopai looked great in the first round, and then once the second round hit, Oliveira took over, and that flying knee in the third right before the fight end was insane. Knocked Sopai out cold, and so whew, that was crazy. Good fight. Awesome scrap from both these guys. Anders versus Pickett. I'll tell you what, when Pickett knocked down Anders in the first round, I had Anders in 2 parlays, and I'm like, this is insane, dude. But Anders did what he needed to do. Anders isn't the greatest fighter in the world, but he's definitely better than Pickett. Pickett caught him, though, so got to give him that. But Anders gets it done. Usyk versus Schnell. Usyk is very good. It's very good striking, very good grappling, durable. Took some good shots from Schnell and slick. I think this guy is more deserving of a title shot than Mokaev. And I know Mokaev's coming up here and he wants to fight Pantoja. And if that does happen, I'm max betting Pantoja. So, but I think Usyk 1 or 2 more fights away from a title, and he's going to be tough to beat. I'll tell you that. Speaking of tough to beat, Umar versus Bekzat. Bekzat looked really good in the first, caught him early, but Umar's Umar. He can always rely on that wrestling and grappling, which is always going to have a huge advantage on a lot of people. And Bekzat, I was impressed with him. He survived. Couldn't really stop the takedowns though, but I think Bekzat should move down to flyweight. I think he'd be very good at flyweight, but Umar was just a bigger guy. He couldn't stop the takedowns. So good win from Umar, but I guess he was injured, he said in the post-fight interview, but whatever. I'll take his word for it. Speaking of injured, supposedly, or sick, Mokaev versus Perez, very close fight. I did think Mokaev did just enough to win that fight, but not impressed. Again, Perez impressed me more than Mokaev, but Perez was defending the whole fight. He was defending takedowns, and Mokaev was out scrambling him, and there was no striking outside the first round. Mokaev's striking in the first round did look pretty good, but then he went to the wrestling the rest of the 2 rounds. So Mokaev got it done. Like I said, not impressed. I don't think he deserves a title shot yet. But if he does, you know where I'm going. Petrino versus Pedro again. Pedro kind of looked a little weird in that fight, and Petrino was a little hesitant at first, but then once round 3 hit, he looked really good, and that's what he should have been doing in the first and second round. So good win from Petrino. Definitely won that, but a little weird fight. Didn't expect it to go down that way, if you want to say. And then Jairzinho versus Gadzhiev. Gadzhiev looked good in the first, and then that's all he had in him. And then kind of gave up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there was anything wrong with him. I think he just didn't want to go back out there in the 5th round. He was either too tired or he knew he was gonna lose. So good win from Jairzinho. This was one of the fights that I kind of thought, a good dog was Jairzinho, and I thought another good dog was Radzhabov. Every other favorite, I didn't think there was going to be an upset, to be honest. But Basharat was the one that happened. But bad bet by me. We'll go through those bets real quick here. I had, like I said, Radzhabov at the underdog, or I should say my bets. We'll start this way. I had 7 bets. I won 3 of the 7, ended up losing minus 0.24 units. So nothing crazy loss here, but it is a loss. I'll take it. I'll take the small losses all day, but I'm not going to take a big loss. I hate those. Radzhabov, I had the plus 150 underdog. I had Makhachev inside the distance, which didn't hit, unfortunately, but I'm okay with that bet. I had the Gadzhiev in an Anders parlay. I'm kicking myself for that one, but it is what it is. I got him at a lower line, so I thought it might have been okay. This under parlay did not hit whatsoever, so those were 2 terrible bets, but I didn't see these fights going down that way. I thought there was going to be finishes. Basharat killed this parlay, unfortunately. I was really confident in, and then I hit these 2 parlays with Anders, Makhachev, Petrino, and then my time parlay of the week, over 1.5 with the Basharat and fight to start round 2 in the Anders and Umar fight, and we go to 6-1 on the year for those. So definitely keep an eye out during the week if you want that time prop parlay, because it's hitting. But all right, guys, let's just jump into 299. There's 14 fights. A lot of these are really, really good. And here we go. Let's start off with Joanne Calderwood/Wood versus Marina Moroz. And Wood, good striker. She's got good Muay Thai, good knees, good elbows in the clinch. She throws high volume. She likes to push forward. She does have some wrestling she can use. She can take down her opponents if she needs to, but she wants to keep it on the feet for the majority of the time, and I don't think she should take this fight to the mat. Her takedown defense isn't the greatest, and she can be out-grappled, so that's a little bit worrisome here. Moroz, though, she's a solid striker, good boxing, pretty good volume. She can be hittable on the feet, okay wrestling, and pretty good grappling. Her fight IQ is a little questionable, I will say, but she is tough and she's durable. I know she was finished in the Carini Silva fight, but Carini Silva is a monster. And to me, this is a close fight. And in close fights nowadays, I almost want to pick the underdog in every close fight. So I'm going to go with Joanne Wood. I think she can keep this fight on the feet. And if I don't think Moroz will be shooting for takedowns, to be honest, because I don't trust her fight IQ. Because that's her path to victory here, is get this fight to the mat. And I think she can out-grapple Wood for 3 rounds and win or get a submission. But I think this fight's going to play out in the feet for some reason. And I think that's where Wood's going to win this fight. It's going to be a close fight. I think it will go to decision. But I'm going to go with the underdog here at plus 165. I'm just not sold on Moroz, and I think Wood still has a little bit left in the tank here. I think she can get this one done. Let's move on up to the next one here. We got CJ Vergara versus Almabaev. Let me get over here now. So CJ, crazy fight that he had last with Vinicius. Actually, sorry, I thought it was Lacerda. But Vergara, let me see. Solid striker, likes to push forward. Okay, grappling and wrestling. Pretty durable. Pretty good cardio as well. His best traits, though, are his durability and his cardio. Like, he's not really the finisher. He's not really a one-touch or one-punch knockout guy. Not really a grappler that can get submissions, but he likes to put a pace on you and try to out-cardio you and finish you in the later rounds or win decisions. Almabaev, though, well-rounded guy. He's got very good striking, good grappling, and wrestling. He likes to push forward as well. He's got good cardio, very durable as well. I was able to see him live at Nashville against O'Day, and he looked very good. in his debut. He got the rear naked choke in the second round, I believe. And yeah, I see this similarly kind of playing out the same way. I like Almabaev here all day. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's more well-rounded, a little bit also more dangerous too. But I wouldn't be shocked if this does go to decision. Like I said, Vergara is very durable and he does have good cardio too. So give me Almabaev to win. I think he can win in any way, KO, sub, or decision. And I think Vergara's path to victory here is, just probably by decision. So I'm going to go with Almabaev to win. Man, I'll say by decision. I think these guys will go to the scorecards, and it'll be a pretty fun fight either way. Next one here is we got this crazy madman named Robellis Despaigne versus Josh Parisian, the man, the myth, the legend. Despaigne making his UFC debut. He is massive. He is, let me scroll down here, 6'7" with an 87-inch reach. Olympic Taekwondo fighter. So he's a very good striker. He's got tons of power. The tape that I watched on this guy in his last few fights, he's gotten the first round knockout in all under like 20 seconds. It's insane. And that's all you really need to know how dangerous this guy is. This guy has the power. Now, obviously, we don't know his grappling and wrestling, all that stuff. But on the feet, I will tell you this guy is dangerous and massive. Parisian, though, okay striker. He does throw a pretty decent amount of volume early on. Afterwards, he does slow down as the fight goes on. He does have some wrestling he can use, but they are very sloppy takedowns, and he can't really take down people all that well. His takedown defense isn't good at all. And if he's on his back, if he gets taken down, he can be controlled the whole time. He does not have a get-up game whatsoever. But he is pretty durable. But I got to go with Robellis here. This guy's too dangerous. Josh Parisian is not dangerous whatsoever for a heavyweight. He's beating guys like Alan Boudreaux and Martinez, and losing to guys like Dontel Mays, D1 Dontel Mays, Pogues, and Boudet. And I always think of Cody when he says Boudet is Boutte. So got to go with Robellis here. I'm going to say he gets the first round knockout again. This guy's too dangerous, and I think Josh Parisian is in here for a reason, and it's not to win. Let's put it that way. Next one, fun fight, was supposed to happen a little bit ago, but it was canceled, and now it's back on. We got Felipe Lins versus Ian Cutelaba. Lins is a very powerful striker. He does have some good grappling he can use. Takedowns are just okay. Pretty good cardio for a man his size and age, and he's durable as well. He can be a little wild at times with his striking as the fight goes on, but I mean, more times than not, that's usually how it goes for these big guys. Cutelaba, very aggressive, good power in his hands, a little bit wild as well on the feet. He does have good takedowns. He doesn't have the greatest control, though, once he gets the takedown, or he can't really keep them down, if you want to say. Doesn't really have great fight IQ, and he can get submitted easily. Let's put it that way. So earlier when this fight was supposed to happen, I did pick Lins to win, and I'm going to stick with that. I just think he's has the better fight IQ. I think he's also has the grappling and wrestling, or I'll just say grappling advantage. And on the feet, I do like Lins. I think as the fight goes on, Cutelaba does slow down as well, but I just trust Lins more. I know he's older. He's 38. He's on a 3-fight win streak against some pretty good guys too. And I just think he gets this one done. I'm going to say by, let me check something because I might do something crazy. I'm going to say he gets this one done by submission. I think Cutelaba shoots a sloppy takedown, and I think Lins can get us like a little guillotine or just get some kind of submission off that as the fight goes on, maybe second round. So I'm going to go Lins by submission. I think he gets this one. Either way, I don't see this fight going to decision. You can look at the unders in this fight. So I wouldn't pick a side. I don't know the line. I'm sure Lins is probably a favorite, but I couldn't. I mean, Cutelaba is dangerous, but it's the fight IQ that I can't pick for him. Fun fight here. Michelle Pereira versus McCall Oleksiejczuk. And Pereira, well-rounded fighter. He's more so a striker. He's very dynamic. He's got those crazy jumping knees, Superman punches, spinning elbows. If you want to say back flips into a stomp, all that craziness. He does have pretty good wrestling and grappling he can use, but he's very quick on his feet, good footwork, and he's durable. Oleksiejczuk, a very good boxer. He's got good power, good combinations with his boxing. He likes to push forward, work the body. He's durable. His bugaboo though is grappling. If you get him to the mat, he doesn't really know. He can stay safe, but he doesn't really know how to get back up that well, and he can be held down as well. So, to me, I got to go with the more well-rounded guy here, and the lines are really pretty close, and I like it, and I'm going to go with Pereira. I think he gets this one done. He's the more dynamic striker. Both guys are dangerous, but both guys are tough as well. And if Pereira stays on the outside, he's going to have an advantage for sure, because it is going to be a bigger cage. And if Pereira wants to use some wrestling and grappling here, I think he's going to have the advantage here all day. It's not even close. So give me Pereira to win. I like this money line, and I think he gets this done. It's going to be a good fight, though. Pedro Munhoz versus Kyler Phillips. This is an interesting fight. Munhoz, he's a high-volume striker. He's got very good leg kicks, likes to push forward. He's always in his opponent's face. He always makes them back up. He's super durable. He can take punches, but he's hittable, though. And he does have good grappling, but he doesn't really use it all that often. He just likes, like I said, he likes to be in his opponent's face. He likes to push forward, and then because he has to, he's got a 65-inch reach as well, so he needs to get close in order to hit somebody. But like I said, he does have good leg kicks, and that's one of his strong suits here. But Phillips, well-rounded fighter, good striker. He's got very good kicks, spinning kicks, all that good stuff. He's pretty dynamic, very good grappler. He's got good takedowns in wrestling. Throws a ton of volume. He can make some questionable decisions in some of his fights, but he's always going to be dangerous. In his last fight, I did get to see that live as well against Barcelos. I actually kind of thought Barcelos won that fight, but it was very close. So yeah, I think this fight's going to be close too. I think Kyler Phillips will win the first round, but then anything goes. Like, Pedro gets stronger as the fight goes on. He's super durable. I don't think Kyler is going to be able to finish him. So again, I do think this fight goes to decision, but I am going to pick Phillips because I do think he's the more dangerous fighter here. Not to say, like I said, not to say that I think he's going to finish Munhoz, but he always has that craziness factor that can happen. And I think he could win the first 2 rounds at least, but the third round for Phillips, that's where he starts to slow down a bit, and it worries me a bit. So the pick is Phillips. Not confident whatsoever. I don't think the line is appropriate. I think there's tons of value on Munhoz right now at plus 185. But there's another bet that I will be looking at once the props drop, and that's going to be Munhoz spread plus 3.5. And I think he's going to be able to win 1 round. And if that line is plus money or close to it, I will probably play that. So give me Phillips to win. I'm going to say by decision, close decision too, maybe even a split. But man, I don't like that one. I'll tell you that. That's a weird one. All right, next one here: Mateus Gamrot versus Rafael dos Anjos. And this fight, let's see, we got Gamrot, very good wrestler. Pretty much you can call him a chain wrestler. He's going to keep spamming those takedowns. Always pushes forward. He shoots takedowns from like 2, 3, 4 feet away. He's very quick when he does that. His striking is okay. He does have some power in his hands. He does like to use his right hand, just overhand a little bit too much for my liking, but he's mainly a wrestler. He's got very good cardio. He's durable. He can get dropped, but he gets right back up, and he recovers very well. Dos Anjos, well-rounded guy, solid striking, wrestling, grappling, good takedowns, durable, good cardio. Takedown defense, though, as we saw in his last fight against Luque, not good. And that's what worries me here. He's 39 years old, and I think Gamrot's going to out-wrestle Dos Anjos So give me Gamrot to win. I'm going to say by decision. Dos Anjos is a durable guy, but I think he's going to get out wrestled in this fight, and it's going to last for 3 rounds of it. And I think Gamrot should win a clear 29-28 or 30-27 decision. And that's basically it. Like, I don't think this fight's going to be playing out on the feet all that much. And I mean, I would give Dos Anjos a slight edge if that does happen, but this fight's going to be on the feet or on the mat. I'm sorry. And Gamrot is going to be out wrestling him. So Gamrot by decision. I like it. Next one is going to be Caitlin Chikagian, aka Cerminara. I'm just going to say Chikagian. Sorry, guys. Versus Macy Barber. And Chikagian, good striking, good kicks, throws tons of volume, good cardio. She's tough. Pretty good takedown defense. She can grapple if need be, but she wants to keep the fight on the feet, obviously. She does like to yell a lot when she strikes, even if she's just hitting the air. But hey, it works for her. She got it done. Some of her fights were very close by split, and she's winning all those split decisions. So she still got it. She's 35 years old, getting up there, but very good striker. No power, though, unfortunately. So Barber, though, pretty good striker. Good wrestler with good takedowns. She's got good ground and pound, as we saw in her last fight against Amanda Hebus. Good in the clinch. She's very strong. Cardio's good. Durable, too. And she's just more well-rounded here. So to me, I would give Chikagian the striking edge technically if it's going to play out on the feet for 3 rounds. But honestly, I don't think so. I think Barber's going to be shooting for takedowns. Chikagian is hard to take down. She does it, like I said, pretty good takedown defense. But once she is taken down, she'll try to work her way back up, try to throw up some submissions to get up. But Barber's wrestling and top control and ground and pound is very good. So I'm going to go with Barber here. I don't mind anybody taking a shot on Chikagian, but I just think Barber showed me in her last fight against Hebus that she is progressing now finally. And I've been fading Barber for a while. And as you see, I've been losing my picks and or bets. But she did lose to Miranda Maverick. I will say that until the day I die because I had a Miranda Maverick bet. So I will say that. But Macy Barber, I think, gets this one done. She does get some takedowns, and I think she wins a decision here. You can count on 3 things in life. It's death, taxes, and Chikagian to go to decision. So it's going to happen like that. But Barber's going to win it, unfortunately. Next fight is going to be Curtis Blaydes versus Jailton Almeida. Interesting fight here. So Blaydes, really good wrestler. We haven't seen too much of it as of late. Very good takedowns. We haven't seen too much of it as of late. He does have pretty good boxing. Good power in his hands, too. His chin's a little questionable against good power strikers, especially someone like Sergey Pavlovich, somebody like Tom Aspinall, but didn't get that far, and someone like Derek Lewis. But luckily for him, he's fighting Almeida, who's an amazing grappler. He's got very good submissions, good top control, good wrestling, pretty good takedowns, very strong. His striking isn't all that great, though, but he does use it to set up his takedowns. He likes to use the front kick into a takedown. That's his move. We've seen it time and time again. But interesting fight. And I would say Blaydes has the striking advantage, but I'm going to go Almeida. I think he can get this fight to the mat. And Curtis Blaydes has not used his wrestling whatsoever as of late. I don't think he's going to try to use his wrestling here because his advantage here is on the feet. And I don't think Blaydes' takedown defense is all that great because he's normally the one taking his opponents down. And I think the only couple times that he's been taken down, he hasn't really, like I said, there's fighters that haven't tried to wrestle him at all. And there's been a couple, and he's been taken down by those guys. Almeida's going to try to get this fight to the mat. So I think if he does, I think he stays on top. He's got good jiu-jitsu to keep it on the mat, keep him on his back. And I think he gets it done eventually. I'm going to say 2nd or 3rd round submission. I think he does wear on Blaydes. I think Blaydes, I mean, I see a downward trajectory with Blaydes, and I don't like it. So I think Almeida's only on his way up. So Almeida by sub later rounds 2 or 3. I think that's the bet here, or play if you want to say. And yeah, I think he gets it done. Until I see otherwise. Got to go with Almeida. Main card, Piotr Jan versus Yadong Song. Very, very fun fight here. Piotr Jan, as we all know, amazing striker, good kickboxer. He's got good kicks, good boxing, solid takedown defense, except against Moroz, but a lot of people aren't going to have good takedown defense. He does have pretty good takedowns of his own. He can grapple. Got very good counters. He does decent power in his hands. He's durable, and he likes to push forward. He's kind of a slow starter as well. In the first round, that's when he usually likes to take his time, get his reads in, and then he starts to pick it up in the second and third, which sometimes it kind of backfires on him, if you want to say. And Yadong Song, well-rounded fighter, more so a striker. He's got good power in his hands. He's super strong. His takedown defense is good. He's durable. He's got good cardio. He's shown off a little bit of his wrestling against Chris Gutierrez. I like that. But I wish he would have got the finish there, but it didn't happen. But very dangerous guy. This is going to be a fun fight. And I was kind of going back and forth with this one. I think if Yadong Song mixes in some wrestling, I think he wins this fight. If he doesn't, and it's on the feet, more than likely Piotr Jan is going to win a decision. Either way, I like this fight to go to decision. Both guys are really tough, but I'm gonna pick Yadong Song to win as an underdog. I think something in my gut's telling me he gets it done, and it might even be by a close split decision. And honestly, a lot of times, it's just not going Piotr Jan's way. For whatever reason, he's losing by split. I mean, I personally thought he beat Sean O'Malley. I kind of personally thought he beat Sterling too. And after that illegal knee, that's when the trend started going down with him. But this is going to be a very close fight. I'm just have something in my gut saying that Song is going to win this fight, and it's going to be fun to watch. Not betting it, at least aside, but I like it to go to decision, and it should be a fun, close fight. But give me Song by decision. We'll see what happens. Next one's going to be Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. Burns is a well-rounded fighter. He's got pretty good striking. He's got good power, good wrestling and grappling, very good submissions, good cardio, durable. He's been hurt. He got hurt in his last fight against Muhammad, and that was 9 months ago. So hopefully everything's good on okay with his shoulder. I believe it was that he got injured during the fight. But he's 37 years old. He's been in a ton of wars as of late, especially the Chimaev fight too. But he is a very good fighter overall. Jack Della Maddalena, though, very good striker, good boxing. He has power for days in his hands. He likes to work the body. He's durable. He does push forward. His takedown defense, I mean, it's pretty good, but he can be taken down, especially in the Hafez fight. Sorry. And that was a little bit eye-opening, if you wanted to say. But he did take that fight on short notice against somebody who, he had no idea. It was very short notice too. And he can make some questionable decisions in those fights too. But overall, if this fight's in the feet, I do think he's the better striker and he's the more dangerous guy. But if Burns gets that wrestling and grappling going, it can make this fight very interesting. So I get the lines here. Very close pick 'em. I'm just going to lean Jack Della Maddalena in this one. I'm not super confident. As I thought, I picked Kevin Holland in his last fight and Jack Della won. So I wasn't that confident in Jack Della. But I do see this fight. Man, I don't know. I mean, if you pick Jack Della, you would probably think he's going to win by knockout. But man, Burns is tough. He's a tough dude. So I'm going to say this fight goes to decision. I think Jack might drop him once, but I don't think he gets it. I don't think he gets him out of there. So give me Jack by decision. Very close fight. I think if you're betting whoever you got as underdog prices is probably the way to go here. But I might just stay away. It's a tough one to pick for a side because I can see both guys winning the way their path is going to win. So Very fun fight here. Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page. So we all know who Kevin Holland is. Very good striker. He's got sneaky grappling and submission, offensive grappling, if you want to say it, and submissions, darce chokes. He's durable. He's got good cardio. His wrestling and takedowns aren't the greatest. He can be taken down, but I think this fight's going to be playing out on the feet because both these guys are dynamic strikers that like to show off a little bit. And which is why I will tell you what I think is going to happen after this. Page UFC debut, but he's been in the game. He's been in Bellator all this time. He's 21-2. He's got very good striking. He's got dangerous power. He's got very good kicks, karate kicks, all that stuff. Good takedown defense. He's not much of a grappler. So like I said, I do think this fight will stay on the feet, but he's exciting. Like this is going to be a fun fight because like I said, both guys have that cockiness to them. They both like to show off a little bit in the cage. And to me, this fight's going to decision because of that. Both guys are durable. I don't think no one's going to finish anybody here. I think they're going to want to try to put on a show. And I'm going to go with the underdog here. I'm going to go with Page to win. I think whenever Holland wants to be like put on a show, I think he loses. And lately, especially in the Jack Della fight, I did think he kind of won that fight, very close. But he just wasn't landing good shots. He might have landed more shots, but he just wasn't landing enough. And it's worrisome for me because I think Page is going to come out there. He's going to want to win. And I think Holland's okay with losing. I'm not saying he's just here for a paycheck, but he wants to put on a performance, whether he wins or loses. And I don't think he takes it serious enough. It's really hard to back that because every time I pick Holland and I really think he's going to win the fight, he loses. So give me Michael Page to win. I think he wants to win. I think Page wants it more. I think he wants to win in his UFC debut in this exciting fight. And I think Kevin Holland he'll put on a show. I just don't think he's going to win this fight. So give me Michael Page by decision as an underdog. Co-main event. Very, very good fight here. Again, Dustin Poirier versus Benoit Saint-Denis. And we all know who Dustin Poirier is. Very good striker. He's got very good boxing, good striking defense. He can mix in some wrestling and grappling if need be. Durable, except he did get rocked in the Gaethje fight and get knocked out with that head kick, which is a little worrisome now because he's 35 years old, but he's normally durable. And he's got very good cardio. Saint-Denis is a crazy man himself. He's got good striking, good power. He can be a little hittable on the feet though, but he's got a very good chin, super durable, like I said. He's got good wrestling and grappling on the mat. He's got very powerful body kicks, but like I said, he can be a little hittable on the feet. So to me, I would give Poirier the technical striking advantage. I actually think Benoit has more power on the feet, but I also think Benoit has the better grappling and wrestling. And I think that's where this fight's going to have to end up going. And honestly, I don't like that head kick knockout recently, 7 months ago. He's 35. And usually when you see stuff like that, that's when the downward trajectory starts. And Benoit is just a crazy psycho of a man where he literally does not care. He will die in that ring. Like he will die in the octagon. You're not going to finish him. And if you beat him, it's going to be by decision, but it's going to be a war and you're going to be bloody. So I just don't think Poirier is going to be able to handle that. So he might look good in the first, but I think as the fight goes on, I think he's going to start to wear on him. And then I think Saint-Denis wins. I'm going to say by finish. I'm going to say by submission, second round. I think he gets him out of there. I can't pick and/or bet against Saint-Denis yet. I can't do it. So give me Saint-Denis to win by submission, second round. Main event time. Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera 2. So we all know both these guys, they've been fighting pretty decent amount. O'Malley, very good striker. He's got good range, good kicks. He's got power in his hands, good 1-2s right down the middle. Takedown defense, though, it's a work in progress. It's not terrible, but I wouldn't say it's amazing. He doesn't really probably have to worry about that in this fight. He can slow down a bit if he's grappled a lot, especially. The one thing also too is Sean O'Malley that I don't really like is he doesn't really check leg kicks, and that's what happened in the Vera fight last time, if you remember. Vera got some good leg kicks, and he eventually knocked him out, or TKO if you want to say, because of the leg kicks, and he hurt him. Vera though, he's got solid striking. He can be a little low volume as the fight starts, but as the fight goes on, he does pick up a pace. He has pretty good power in his hands. He's super durable. Doesn't show any wear and tear on his face whatsoever. And he always pushes forward. He does a very good grappling if he does have to grapple. But I think this fight will mainly play out on the feet. And this is how it is. I mean, Sean O'Malley's going to win the early rounds and or get an early finish, or Vera's going to win the later rounds and or get a late finish or decision. And then that if it goes to decision, this is going to be a split, because I don't know. It's whoever wins round 3 that's going to win this fight. But I'm going to go with O'Malley. I think he can win the first 3 rounds at least and or get a knockout, which would be crazy because I don't think Cheeto's ever been finished. Nope. Has never been finished. Yeah. This is a tough fight. Tough fight to call. I'm going to go with O'Malley. I'm going to go with my original pick. I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever, though, if Cheeto wins this fight again. It's just like certain fighters have it's the style. It's like this style of Vera has with good leg kicks. He's durable and he gets stronger. It's a 5-round fight again, and that favors Vera here. Oh, give me O'Malley to win by split decision. It's going to go to split, and that's probably a good little sprinkle bet if you want to do it that way. Or you can do like Vera 4-5 decision. I know you can do that on FanDuel, but yeah, this is going to be a very good fight, and I'm torn. I'm probably not going to bet a side, I'll tell you that. And I think there's value at Vera at plus 200. There is. I mean, if it's like plus 150, I don't think there's any. But when you're looking at the plus 2 range and you're up, Vera beat him before. Maybe the same style gets him done. So we'll see. But all right, guys, that is it. Those were the 14 fights for UFC 299. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Definitely please hit that like button on your way out. Leave some comments below. Subscribe if you're new, haven't yet, all that good stuff. This week we got our live shows on Wednesday night and Friday night. And Friday night for $2.99, our live show, we're going to have the Stat Diggers, DFS Brady, and Uncle Weezy. So definitely want to check us out on that too. Defend your units with Cody from Blood Money MMA Bets. So that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, this is going to be a great card. Awesome bets too. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. So until next time. See you Wednesday night. Happy fighting.